Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to South Wales, a very blustery South Wales. The side who've been awful at home all season against the side who've been brilliant away from it all season. Newport County take on Swindon Town, 22nd versus 2nd, but you don't always get the result you expect in League Two. Well, the home supporters still in good spirits, you can't doubt that, and you feel as if they are going to be very important this afternoon. Long it goes for Palmer, but Clark's the man who's there. Oh, and Jenkins puts a foot in there. That's rather soft and rather silly from Jenkins, and in fact it's the first yellow card of the game. Well, the supporters over on the far side disagree with that. First name in the book goes the way of Lee Jenkins. Well, it was a late challenge. 9 minutes on the clock here at Rodney Parade. Look at the shirts blowing on the players in the wall. It is blustery here. It's over the wall into the near post. It's glanced on and in off the post. The touch from Palmer is magnificent. Well, he scored early last week and he scored early this week. He wasn't even meant to be starting this game, Ollie Palmer, brought in at the last minute for the injured Aaron Drinan. And who needs League Two's top scorer when you've got Ollie Palmer? The away end, blown away by the storm and blown away by their big centre forward. What a finish from Ollie Palmer. Look at his movement, he drifts in front of those defenders who were caught ball watching. The touch is to perfection, and Nick Sanev can only watch it bounce in off the frame of his goal. Instinctive touch from Ollie Palmer. Both these sides starting the day 22nd and 2nd in the table. Ian Holloway looking rather relaxed on the bench. Apoku into the penalty area. Chance for Newport. Half a chance at least. Well, it's the best chance they've had. Nathan Apoku played in behind the Swindon Town defence, who've not really had to do much defending so far in this game. But Nathan Apoku, who scored in both his home league games this season, presented with a decent opportunity. Couldn't find the target and would have done well to beat Connor Ripley from that angle. Palmer, Nichols. Glatzel battling. Now here's a chance. Baker Richardson, half an opportunity. Gets a shot in at goal. And it's the first strike on target in this game for Newport County. I think maybe he could have taken a couple more touches there, Courtney Baker Richardson, but he sniffed the opportunity. He actually didn't really set himself with that first touch. In fact, I think he might have injured himself taking that strike on the full stretch, trying to reach it. There's Sammy Braybrook. Oof, and he just about gets away with that one completely. Lost control of the ball. Strong play from Antwi, and he'll flick it down the line for Apoku, who puts his foot down. Tafazoli backs off. Reindorf, good first touch. Second one isn't bad at all, as it just floats wide of the target. Well, his first involvement for Michael Reindorf is a promising one. Brought on by his manager to change this game, change the momentum in this game. And he came so close to changing the scoreline there. Excellent first touch. Ripley could only watch as it went wide. So close to 1-1. Free header for Oganite. And pushing the back for Antwi, no foul. Kilkenny coming in aggressively. Snowden. There's a lot of red shirts in this attack. Glatzel back to Snowden. It's wonderful football, but the shot will just bobble wide. Newport County furious. They want that free kick, but they still needed to stay switched on in that moment, and they simply didn't. Well, Snowden with the opportunity will now be taken off. Came off the end of his toe, didn't it? And he went more for power than placement from that position to Snowden, and now leaves the field of play. The home support I still believe they can get something out of this. Jamie Knight-Lebel. It's time in the midfield for Nichols to turn on that, opted to go backwards. Palmer. He's not going to give that up. Well, it looked like there was a push in the back of Jenkins. It was a very clear outstretched left arm, but Mr. Bourne unmoved, it would seem. Well, I think Jenkins very much had a case on that occasion. Swindon Town corner. Oh, it's not cued or cleared, and it's off the bar. Clark up from the back. Saw it go over his head initially, but then when it fell back into his path, instinctively guided it goalwards, but just couldn't keep it low. Well, they've been full of mistakes, Newport County, in the first 10 games of this season, and another one almost leading to conceding there. Baker, poor pass. Gavin Kilkenny, Danny Butterworth. Jenkins gets a toe in, so did Oganai. And he'll come inside as well, Oganai. Braybrook. There's a Newport wave in attack here. It's Braybrook! Well, Reindorf was the runner. Fell back into his path of Knight-Lebel. And Sammy Braybrook, he rather thrashed at it with his left foot in the end. But it was just sat up so kindly. You can't blame him for taking on the strike, but he just needed to keep his head down and show more composure in that position. Tom Davis goes direct. Jenkins will attack it, but Knight-Lebel will attack it better. Bowden. Wonderful pass down the left-hand side for Monroe. Has he got the pace over Davis? Monroe. Palmer the only option in the middle. He cuts it back. Ollie Palmer rushes it. It's a hands-on-head moment from Ollie Palmer. That would have sealed it here in South Wales for Swindon. Palmer, though, can only find the trees behind the Swindon supporters in that stand. Well, he wasn't set. It's a brilliant cutback from Monroe. I'm not quite sure how he managed to hit it that high into the air. Whitmore now passes behind Oganai. Closed down by Butterworth, but Oganai has really showed his maturity in this game. Maybe not there, though. Murphy has it. Bowden. Braybrook in. It's all scrappy when they need to be in control, Newport. Murphy wipes out Antwi, but play goes on. That's good from Whitmore. Murphy trying to get back at the tricky Newport midfielder. Antwi. Reindorf. Davis. Cross hits his man and spins behind for a corner. Swindon Town backing off, and they concede the corner. Yellow card for Adam Murphy in amongst the chaos. The young supporters believe that they can get something out of this. Second minute of injury time. Sammy Braybrook with the corner for Newport. So looping one into the mix. Brilliant header away again. Ollie Palmer. Butterworth holding up play. Oganai on him. Does very, very well, but gives it away. It's Bobby Camwer. Chance for Newport. Excellent, excellent recovery, though, by Finlay Monroe. Are they going to get a better opportunity than that? Well, Bobby Camwer, I'm not sure he was expecting it, but he lingered, and Monroe came across to save the day. It's back-to-back wins in League Two for Swindon Town. An away win for those travelling supporters and for Ian Holloway. A single goal from Ollie Palmer, enough here in South Wales to secure all 3 points. The wind blowing so strongly into the face of those Swindon Town supporters. Some red faces, but they won't mind as they travel back down the M4 with 3 points in the bag. It finishes here. Newport County 0, Swindon Town 1.